Hello everybody, and for anybody that's new here watching, my name is Precious Kolleena, and the videos that I create for you guys is social work, lifestyle, hauls, and inspiration. Today, of course, we'll be talking about the great, wonderful Harriet Tubman. Remember, this month is Black History Month, and as you guys have already watched on my previous video, and if you haven't, I'm going to link the card up here, somewhere up here. I mentioned that I will be uploading a video, and every video that I upload every week will have at least on each video, and I upload twice a week, will be I will be mentioning an African American individual that has helped influence and shape the world that it is today for the African American community. And today I'll be talking about Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was an American abolitionist. Oh, hold on, you guys. I always struggle with pronouncing words, so don't laugh at me, okay? It's abolitionist. So what that means is she pretty much was an advocate for just abolishing slavery. And if you don't know what abolishing means, that pretty much just means getting rid of, removing slavery. She was a huge advocate for that. And that's what led her to create the Underground Railroad. And she was also a political activist as well. She was born into slavery. She escaped, and she made 13 missions to rescue approximately 70 enslaved people. So there was at least 70 enslaved individuals in the African American community that she helped to rescue and get them out of slavery. Of course, you can't just, back in the day, you can't just say, well, I'm going to take my people and we're going to go. No, it doesn't work like that. Like, you have to sneak into it, because back in the day, if an African American was to just walk up and take during the day, whether they were a house slave, whether they were picking the cotton or whatever type of slave they were, you had to do it when, forgive me for saying this, I am half white, you guys. So I'm not against the whites, I'm not against the blacks, but the white people were the slave keepers. The white people were the ones that bought the slaves. You had to wait till the white people were sleeping, because if you didn't, they were going to beat you with a belt. They could whip you. Well, back then it really wasn't even belts. They had switches, and they would switch your back. So that's what she did. Wow, it said including family and friends. So she not only helped her friends, helped enslaved friends, but family as well. And she also had a safe house known as the Underground Railroad, which was a huge help for the African American community. I remember learning about this in college. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting, you guys. So let's talk about why I made this video. So I wanted to give you guys an update on my college life. I've only technically been in the program for almost a year. Well, yeah, I got accepted into the program probably last year around like March or April. And then I started the social work program in August. So it's been almost a year that I got accepted. So I just wanted to give you guys like a life update of my college life and how that's going, and just talk about everything. I just wanted to be transparent with you guys and be honest. So in August of 2020, you guys, that was a very interesting semester. That was my first semester. Well, let's talk about the first semester after that. That was my first semester being back at IUN, which is a school I go to, Indiana University Northwest. And when I went there, when I first started off there, I loved it. Like, I loved all my classes. What classes was I even taking? I think I was taking like diversity. I was taking American politics. I was taking human growth and development. I can't think of all my classes, you guys. I am so sorry. Intro to social work. I was taking like 5 classes. I don't remember them all. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. Maybe I can pull out I hate when I like tell you guys classes I'm taking and then I'm unsure and I'm like, let me just pull out my information and help y'all out. It ain't nothing but a thing. What they say, nothing but a thing and a chicken wing. I'm sorry. I just thought about that. So yeah, so last year in the spring of 2020 was my first semester back at IUN. So I took Intro to American Politics. I took sorry, give me a second. I took Intro to American Politics. I took a diversity course, which is talked about different cultures, ethnicities, and races, and how that's important in knowing different cultures and races and respecting those in the social work field. I love that class. And I took Intro to Social Work, Human Growth and Development, History and Analysis of Social Welfare Policy. Is that it? And then the American Politics class. So that was my 5 classes. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. The only classes that were technically in person was diversity. The rest of my classes were all online. So the other 4 were online, which I know sounds crazy because you're like, people are thinking like, oh my God, all online classes, I can't do it. But it really wasn't that bad. So diversity was in person, and it was my favorite freaking class. It was my favorite professor. I loved her so much. She is just the epitome of a fun professor. Like, she is a mom as well, and I definitely could tell she was a mom because, and I'm not a parent, but any moms out there, like, you guys are so talented when it comes to like DIYs or any type of activities or crafts or anything to keep like people entertained, because you have kids and you have to keep them entertained, you have to keep them focused. And for my professor, obviously you could tell she has kids because she kept us entertained. She always had little activities for us to do, and she just made everything interesting. She used to bring in a couple of and that's another reason why I liked her. She always brought in people from the world, outside world. So, you know, of course we're in school and we learn the book work and the school work, but she brought in people that worked in the social work field, and she had them sit down and talk to us and be honest with us. So she had one lady come in, and she went to IUN. She got her bachelor's degree. She went back and got her master's in mental health and addictions, because that's one of the concentrations in our program for the MSW program. And she was the DCS Scholars. So pretty much, long story short, what that is our school has the opportunity where you can apply for the DCS Scholars program, where you have to sign a contract and work for DCS, which is the Department of Child Services, for 2 years, and they'll pay for your senior year tuition for undergrad and all this other stuff. And she was just telling us about some of the experiences that she experienced and what it's like now with her MSW. She told us that she was working at, where did she say she was working at? She was working at the police station. And she works part-time at the police station, then part-time at the school to contract. So she gets her full-time hours working both at those part-time jobs. And I thought that was really cool. She wrote a lot of grants for herself to help keep her job, which I thought was kind of cool, because who would think that a social worker would have to keep writing all those grants? You know what I mean? And she was telling us how, like, with her job, like, she did a lot of advocating and a lot of training. And like that last year around this time, when she was talking to us about all that, she was actually taking a trip to Florida. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, and we had another person come in that he had got his bachelor's degree. I think he got it through, no, he didn't have his bachelor's. He had his bachelor's degree, not in social work, but in psych. And then he went back and he got his master's through IUN, and he loved it. And he's actually going back. He went back for his PhD, to be a professor, which of course, you know, you can be a professor at a graduate level, and stuff like that. So that was cool. And he was just telling us, what led him to social work, which I thought was pretty cool as well, because when he was speaking to us, he was telling us how, long story short, he used to work at like a hospital in the crisis center. And there was a patient that was like, obviously very frantic, very emotional, very like just mentally out of place at the moment. And, you know, that person needed help, and he thought he was doing what he was supposed to do, because, you know, in psychology you learn about the different theories and all that stuff, and he was just trying to help the well, we call it the client, but at the hospital people call it the patient. So he was trying to help the patient, but the patient wasn't really like responding to him and talking to him. But when they got the social worker to come in and calm the client down, calm the patient down, he was like, oh my gosh, like, that's a social worker. He understood then what the difference was between psychology and social work, which is, I don't know, I'm not no major expertise, you guys. I'm not a psych major, but in psychology you learn more about the scientific aspect. You learn about the different theories and all that. And as a social worker, we learn to understand our clients. We learn how to talk to our clients and how to communicate with our clients and be responding and just respect them and hear them and listen to them, so we know how to respond in a professional manner. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, that class was fun. But then, of course, because of COVID, guess what happened? Yeah, classes were all online, which, I mean, like I said, my one class, it was just that one class in person. But I was sad because I really liked her as a professor. But long story short, she was a great professor. I was really appreciative of her. And actually, she was amazing because even when we had our class online, it was still like a breeze. She never made it hard for us. Like, that's the type of professors that I appreciate. Like, and all my professors, honestly, have been like that. Like, they're very helpful. Like, they'll do anything they can to, you know, make sure that we're okay. And if we need help, they'll meet up with us, you know, via Zoom for office hours and all that stuff. So anywho, that's that semester. So that semester was fun. I'm sorry it took so long, you guys. So then for the spring semester of 2020, no, I'm sorry, not the spring, I'm sorry, the fall semester, I took, what did I take? Just being in the program, you guys, like, my brain is so scattered. I took small group and theory. I took Gen Social Work Practice 1. I took, I feel so bad, you guys, because I'm not even explaining to you guys what these classes were and what they were about. I feel so bad. Let me go back really quick. So for the spring semester, long story short, like I already told you guys, diversity already, about what that was about. Intro to social work, you're just learning about the social work field, the different career options and stuff like that. Human growth and development, you're learning about the different age groups and the different, like, how they develop. So literally from birth to death. And then for history and analysis of social welfare policy, you're just learning about policies, how to find policies. You're learning about how policies can die within the process. And stuff like that. And then Intro to American Politics talks about politics. So that was pretty interesting. Okay, so back to the fall semester. So yeah, small group of theory, you just learn how to work with groups. And we had to lead our class one time. And then Gen Social Work Practice 1, that's just when you're learning the skills that you need to utilize while you're interviewing a client, whether that's in therapy, whether that's just at a bachelor's level. But honestly, we're not learning therapy techniques, but the book that we used, our professor told us it is at a grad level. But it was a really interesting book. So just knowing how to use the certain skills with a client when you're interviewing them, when you're talking to them, you know, using your nonverbal and verbal skills, and just how to begin you know, the interview, how to get the client to start opening up. That was what that class was about. And then we had a social welfare policy and practice. So not only knowing how to find a policy, but put it into use. So we had a group project we had to do where we had to be creative and find something to pretty much advocate about regarding COVID-19. So my class, we found a policy. I forgot what the policy was. Obviously, it was about COVID. It was about, like, the mask usage and social distancing. I forgot what policy number it was and everything. And then we went to the school and we decided to we made us like posters, not really posters, but like a sign, and it pretty much was just talking about social distancing and why it's important to wash your hands and why it's important to wear a face mask. And then we ordered, like, medical masks off Amazon, put them, and then one of my classmates, she put them in a Ziploc bag, and she and then, like, we put, like, keep safe or practice social distancing, and we put them all around the school. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was fun. You know, obviously the campus was pretty dead. Not dead meaning there's people there, dead. But, like, there was, like, barely anybody there. There were people there, but it wasn't a whole lot. But when we went, it was so hot. You guys, it was during the summertime, and I guess their AC was not working or something, because it was hotter than it was hotter than anything up in there. So yeah, so that was that class. And then I'm trying to think, didn't I take another class? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and then I took a sociology. It was like an intro to sociology, which I took that online. That was cool. Whatever. So yeah, and then for now, so right now I'm taking 5 classes as well. Again, from like just a year ago, I was taking 5 classes, and now I'm taking 5 classes again. So I'm taking American History 2. That's part of the requirement courses we have to take. I'm taking, sorry guys, bear with me. And then I'm taking Gen Social Work Practice 2, which pretty much we're learning how to, like, close and end, and, you know, having an interview with the client. And I'm taking research, social work research, and then I have to take a professional writing class, which is online, and then everything's online this semester. And then I'm taking, what's the other class I'm taking? I feel like it's one more class that I'm taking, but I don't know what it is. Oh, and then I'm taking, it's elective we have to take. It's like sociology of family. So it just talks about like different family stages in life, like married, single, divorced, all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, so my classes I like them. I think they're very interesting, and I just love my major, you guys. It's so much fun. And I also wanted to talk to you guys about like my plans like for the future after my bachelor's degree, because as of August 2021, sweethearts, whether you guys are males or females, you guys are my sweethearts. Hey, sweethearts. No, I'm just kidding. But I'll be a senior, okay? Yes, I'll be a senior, so that's exciting. You know, you would think by now I would have an idea of like what field I want to work in after my bachelor's. Of course, at a bachelor's level, it's just mainly case management, which is the type of jobs you can get. But I really don't know like what field of work I want to get into after I graduate. Like, I really don't know. I know for my master's, I do want to go back for my master's right away, because if I don't go back right away, I'm not going to go back. I want to go for either mental health, because there's 3 options. You have mental health and addictions, you have a school social worker, or you have health. I'm really stuck between health and mental health and addictions. I've always wanted to be a therapist. I've always saw myself sitting down and talking to someone and listening to, you know, things that they're going through and how I can help them get in the right direction and give them the tools they need. But then at the same time, I think about like the medical aspect, and, you know, I used to be a nursing major. So to think about, you know, working in the field where I'm a hospital social worker, that'd be pretty cool. But like as a therapist, I noticed a lot of therapists don't work straight 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You may have like 4 clients, and then for clinical hours, and then you'll have like 4. Yeah, because every hour you do a clinical hour, you have to do documentation. So then you have to do your documentation. But then like that's cool, because then that means, okay, you know, being an adult, having a busy life, having things I need to take care of. If after a session, you know, and I finish my documentation and I don't have another client until an hour from now, if I want to go hurry up and go handle a business or run an errand, I can go do so. Versus working, you know, in the medical field as a medical social worker, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a doctor's office or a clinic, you know, you work 8 hours a day. So there is no, oh, let me go run an errand really quick, I'll be right back. Like, you have to stay in the office the whole 8 hours. So I'm really unsure what field I want to go into. But I don't know, like I'm just stuck. And then also at school, like we're in the process of doing practicums right now, and I'm like sitting here stuck. Like what practicum area do I want to work? Like, do I want to go figure out? I just wish my school had the option where junior year you could do a practicum and then senior year as well, because then that gives us 2 years to have 2 different variety of like opportunities. And if you want to stay in the same field of practicum, you can, or if you want to switch it up. Because honestly, at first I was thinking about adoption, but then I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then I was thinking about like trying out, like I've been really thinking about like trying to do something in the medical aspect. Like, sorry, that was this chair. Whether it's like the hospital, doctor's office. I just really, because I know people that are therapists, so they can give me all the valuable information they can give me. I do know people that are in the medical field, but I only know a couple. So one of them gave me a good variety of what they do at the hospital, but I really want to get my feet wet and dive into that and see. I know obviously at a master's level, trying to get into hospital is difficult, because you have to have 2 years of experience. You have to pass your exam to be licensed before you can get in. But I know a couple people that got into the hospital without taking their exam at a bachelor's level. So I feel like anything is possible with God, putting God first. And I'm just going to pray on that, you guys, because I really need God's guidance. And I know, you know, I have the option, but also God has a plan for me. So I'm just going to trust in the Lord and allow him to guide me in the right direction, because I'm not for sure what area I want to do. So that's that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to keep you guys updated on with school? Let's talk about COVID, okay? Because everything's online, how that's affected me mentally and stuff. It really hasn't affected me. I'm not gonna lie. I was scared when we first started this COVID edition, schooling, because I didn't know how it was gonna affect me. I thought it was gonna be difficult. But honestly, it really hasn't been that bad. It's just like taking any other online class. I mean, you just have to do what you have to do. You have classes via Zoom and you have to get through it. The only thing I don't like about it's like great being a junior in the program, but then it has its like perks and its disadvantages, because okay, I'm close to graduating, but then the disadvantage is, at least we have at least one class that's late. So I have a class that's from like 6 to 8:45, but thank God we don't stay that late. We'll probably stay till like 8 or 7, usually about 7:30ish, sometimes maybe 8, but never till 8:45, but usually about 7:30 we'll stay on. Yeah, so, and then I don't know, like I can't complain because I know at the master's level the classes are later, like they're like 7 to 9:45, so I can't even complain. But that is it for this video. If you guys like this video and me giving you guys like a school update about my classes and just how my experience has been so far with school, put in the comment section down below what other school or educational social work related content you want me to provide for you guys, because I have literally, and I'm not gonna lie to you, let me pull it out. I literally have a, like, you guys, I have a list, okay? I have a whole list of, these are all like social work college related videos. Yep. But like some of these I really can't talk about yet because I'm either not done with school, so I can't give you guys like okay, what it's like working in the field. I can't give you guys that option yet, because I can't give you guys that video yet. I'm not even in the field. I'm not working. So like, of course, in the future, like probably next semester, I do plan on talking about like my intern experience and what's that like, how the intern experience process was to, with our, well, we call it practicum, but I feel like practicum, internship, all the same thing. What my intern was like what the process was to, figure out what opportunity you want to take for the internship and stuff like that. But I don't know, I want to give you guys content that you guys want to watch. I see a lot of people that watch my videos that are they're in some type of school related, because some people comment on my videos, and then others, I'm getting a lot of people watching my nursing to social work video, and if you haven't seen that, I'll put that in the card because I think that's a good video to watch. But I see a lot of people that comment and watch my videos that are in school, but I need more ideas. I want you guys to feel involved. I want you guys to know that you're appreciated, and I value you guys, because without you guys I would not be with the amount of subscribers that I am today. So let me know in the comment section down below, what other social work content do you guys want? Do you guys have any questions about anything? If you have any questions, put it in the comment section, and I can maybe do a Q&A sometime soon. I want to do a Q&A, but I just feel like I don't have enough subscribers for as far as like school subscribers, social work subscribers that are still in school, or even people that are in high school maybe leaning towards social work that are watching my videos, that are thinking about social work, but have questions. I don't think I have enough subscribers to do a Q&A, but anything is possible. So just like I said, put in the comment section down below, and if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you like this video amongst the other videos that I've created thus far, and you like my niches, hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. And I hope you guys have a great blessed day. Bye.